Good morning. So today we are going to be tapping into number 6 of the Harmony series. And when we speak about harmony, what we're tapping into is more of an emotional harmony, more of an understanding of how our body works. What some of the movement is and some of the communication that's going on within us that sometimes we have difficulty understanding or connecting to. So I'll share some of that today as we move through this meditation. So as always, we begin with a few breaths. So finding a comfortable seat, balancing your body, as in noticing if you're sitting aligned, making sure your feet are comfortable, your spine, your shoulders. You can lean back into your chair. So lean back, drop the shoulders, and begin to inhale through the nose. Placing the tongue at the roof of the mouth, softening the jaw, and really beginning to fill the body. So as if you were drinking water, small sips of water. Take your time in taking in this breath by taking in short inhales without exhaling. So inhaling till your mind, because your body is usually not full by then, but your mind is usually telling you that you're full. So inhale and pause, relaxing the body. The more relaxed the body is, the more it can absorb. Then you're going to inhale some more, inviting the full experience, pausing, and then inhaling some more. And just notice where your body feels full rather than when your mind has told you had enough. And then exhale ever so slowly. And what we're doing here when we're slowing down this experience is we're slowing down the duality, which is the conversation, the back and forth in our body, which I'll tap into a little bit later. So we'll take another inhale here. Just notice what in your body has shifted as you began to slow down. Begin to fill the body again. Notice where your body is relaxed and what part of you wants to put on a pair of sneakers and run off into the day. Invite that part of yourself back into this space, creating an open invitation by slowly inhaling again, pausing, inhaling again, small sips of air till you're completely full. Notice what it feels like to feel full. And then exhale. We're going to do one more. So inhaling again through the nose, softening the eyebrows and the eyes, softening the ears, allowing the body to invest in a gentle touch, in the softness and the gentle sensations. Here's where we get to fine tune the sensory experience. And for the ones of us that are used to intensity in flavor and emotion and thought, we begin to crave that intensity. But when we take the time to sit here and soften into the experience, we're fine-tuning our sensations, where we're able to feel deeper. We're able to see rather than seek. We're allowed to enjoy life without the yearning. We're able to sit within the stillness. Beautiful. And then exhale when you're ready. So we're going to tap into a little bit more of the harmony experience. And what harmony is, in its definition, is there's this sense of peace. But harmonizing is taking two things that are dual, that are different, and being able to make them work together by precision of time. So if we think about music, harmony would be low octaves and high octaves working together. In life itself, it's very easy to create this sense of non-engagement, right? So it's like almost like an avoidance of this emotional conversation by neglecting our emotions. Because for a lot of us, we aren't sure how our emotions work, what our emotions are about. And instead, what we end up doing is we end up tapping into the intellect, into the thought, into something external, bringing it in to our life and letting it dominate. But what happens is, again, because this practice is emotional alignment, so we're going to talk about the emotions, is about learning about the emotion and the vibration of the emotion and how to integrate it into our life, welcome it with ease. So if you think about something that is easy for you, there's a sense of ease that is attached to it. There is no effort needed. There's a sense of performance on its own. And in life, when we find things really difficult, it's like thinking about singing. It takes training to be able to sometimes sing the right note, and the wrong one can sound really painful. But it doesn't mean you can't sing. You have a voice. What it is timing. Everything is about timing. So duality in itself operates in time. Life itself happens in time. there's this sense of beyond, which there is no duality in the beyond, right? There's this sense of like a plateau where everything is space oriented rather than time. But for life itself, there's the sense of timing. And the sense of timing is what creates life. So our first indication of that would be a pulse. If you want to know if somebody is living, you look for a pulse. What a pulse is a duality, right? You're looking for motion, for movement. The same with breathing. There's this duality of an inhale and then an exhale. So what duality really is giving us is a sense of life, a sense of perception. But for a lot of us, when we face a fear or a challenge, we get swallowed up in the drama or the trauma or the noise. And just like with harmony in itself, we're not able to carry the key. So we look for the intensity instead, and we crave that intensity. And we'll like swing, if it was a pendulum, we'll swing it all the way to one side before bringing it back down. For our emotions, it can be really exhausting if we kind of swing from one side all the way to the other, rather than find a way to allow the duality in our life by creating a consistency. So if you think about like even carrying a note, it takes a little bit of effort, the right breath. Your body has to be aligned in a certain way. Your stomach has to be in a specific space. Your diaphragm. You have to be really in touch with yourself before this key, right? Before you begin to, when you open your mouth and sing this key. When we think about emotion, for a lot of us, we weren't taught how to regulate our emotions, where our point of contact is within ourself, and what our soothing mechanisms are. So for a lot of us, we feel like to feel our emotions, we crave this intensity. But with that intensity comes the consequence of going to an extreme, and then we have to heal from that as well. The same with an excitement. If we get very, very excited about something, we're going to another extreme as well, and it can get exhausting. And then for a lot of us, we rather not feel, right? Because it's just, it becomes too dramatic, and the repair, like the messy room, having to organize it, there's just a lot more to organize. If we want to focus on the balance and bring harmony into our emotional well-being, by allowing ourselves to align the body when we're feeling overwhelmed, And this could be positive or negative. Finding that stillness within the body rather than an expression. So, a lot of us, when we're feeling something, we will discover a physical movement that's attached to it rather than actually feeling the feeling itself. So if we're uncomfortable, we'll kind of wiggle in our seat, move our shoulders, fold our arms in front of us, step back, step forward. There is this kind of gesture that the emotion kind of escapes into. And we do this throughout the day. Like if we're late, we'll swing our hands when we walk and we'll huff and puff, feeling like the more we huff and puff, the more we care. When that might not be accurate, if we find this sense of relaxation within and we begin to trust ourselves, that harmony will work for us. The duality will work in sync rather than create friction that's going to take more energy and exhaust us. So, a lot of times when we're struggling, when we go through anything, positive or negative, it's going to require energy. And we can choose what we do with that energy. But if we take the time to simplify within ourselves, and really allow ourselves to feel the vibration within. So, allowing ourselves to absorb the nutrients our body needs to feel nurtured. That in itself is harmony, creating harmony in a duality, right? Because what's happening is there's this sense of restriction that shows up when we're frustrated or very excited. So there's the tension, the actual muscle tension that begins to build within. And that's one piece of the dual, right? The other side of it is when that kind of thing happens, usually what happens is our body craves that nurturing. And for a lot of us, we have this difficulty in allowing ourselves to feel this, to feel what we need to feel, to gain the nurturing we need. So, by allowing the body to begin to relax, creating this effortless ease, when it's this high drama time, our body begins to soften, the muscles begin to soften, and we get the nurturing we need because our body is in a space where it allows. It has this access. And that's where life is formed. And this kind of thing takes practice. It takes practice to be able to be the observer when you're in action, when you step into your day and all these things are being thrown at you. But if you take the time, like we just did now, just to observe some of the differences. So knowing what that softness feels like, understanding what the tension is, and practicing outside of the day itself. When you enter the day, you'll be able to do the dance. It's almost like it's my I forgot what it's called, but like when you're jumping rope, like when there's two jump ropes and you have to kind of jump like in unison with the like from one rope to the other. It kind of That's what happens when we step into the day. But what we do is before we'll get into that rope, we can wait. We can wait to understand the rhythm of both ropes, understand our own rhythm before we jump in, and then it creates harmony. And by doing that, we have a higher chance of not clashing with the ropes and being able to do exactly what we need to do with complete focus. So as you move into your day today, begin to notice there are going to be tasks that you do with harmony. There's a sense of harmony in it. You flow in it. We each have the thing we're really good at. And then we have the things that need work. So when you step into the spaces that things are working or you're really good at, notice yourself in that space. What are the tools that you are using to help you in that space? So practice for sure will make perfect. So it's usually something that we have to do daily. And then what you want to do is notice the flow in that space. Like with the jump ropes. Notice you, the task, and then how you connect with the task, where you find harmony in the duality. And then look at the thing that might be challenging. Going in as the apprentice, right? Begin to notice your body rhythm in that space. Begin to notice yourself in that space. And then notice, like the jump ropes again, just begin to notice the flow of the space before you decide to jump into the space. For a lot of us, like even if you walk into like an office or a classroom or a kitchen and there's people, for a lot of us, we'll walk in and we already strategize. Like we'll make a comment, we'll already kind of set ourselves up, creating an unnecessary friction. As you step into those spaces today, into the tasks, if it's laundry or cooking, notice your rhythm in that space. Before you enter that space, give yourself literally like 2 seconds. Just give yourself those 2 seconds. Find yourself and then step into the space. And if there's a routine of something that overwhelms you when you enter, inquire that maybe you got to jump in from a different angle. Maybe you're not ready yet. Maybe you need another moment or a different approach. For a lot of us, we try to organize the task in itself rather than focusing on the duality and the harmony. And knowing that everything we do in life, we're always it's always about creating that harmony. But discovering what the dualities are, finding that stillness and that peace within ourselves, which helps when we enter there to be that harmony, and everything falls into place. The same way if somebody would walk into a room and yell, everybody gets overwhelmed, everybody starts to squirm. Some people will yell back. It could create a hostile environment. The beauty of creating calm within ourselves, we don't realize the power and the influence, the support, and the harmony in itself, what it does for our environment. It's not as loud as yelling, but what it does is it gives people permission to sit within themselves, really relax into themselves, and find harmony. It encourages harmony within themselves. So I think that we will stop here. Try that in your day. Let me know how it goes. I'll open it up if anyone has any questions, if that wasn't clear, or you wanted to make a comment. No problem, Goldie. Thank you. All right. Beautiful. So have a wonderful day. And I'll see you tomorrow. All right. Bye.